Dustin said, my name is Nick Bottomley, and I'm here on behalf of 2B Theatre Company to talk a bit about the new show that I'm creating with the boys from 2B, Anthony Black and Christian Berry, who unfortunately will be here today. I'll try not to have my nose stuck in the computer for the whole time, but that's, well, it's not really the point, but it's sort of what I do. So, yeah. So the show that I've been sort of workshopping with them is called Cubicle, and it doesn't, should I say, I don't really want to tell you about the show. I want to tell you about the tools and techniques that we've sort of been developing together in tandem to, what we're trying to do is explore a more interior landscape and using technology to look at what it means to be human. So I'll invite some feedback afterwards. I mean, well, I'll invite feedback sort of running along the lines of, you know, when we talk about technology and human interaction, it always feels like they're very disparate, and like technology is mechanical and evil, and cyborgs and humans are these pure, beautiful things. And theater is often seen at its core to be really pure and very human. So I'm really excited to look at the interaction of the two and how maybe technology isn't this big evil thing, and maybe it can actually help us understand ourselves better. So that is one thing we're playing around with Cubicles. So just to tell you a bit about myself, if I can remember what I did here. There we go. All right. So I started off in the theater when I was a little kid, and I spent a great deal of time in this building. But then in university, I studied computer science, and somehow I ended up somewhere in the middle, which gets back to what I really wanted to do as a child, which was to be a magician. And this job that I have to be right now is probably the closest chance I've ever had to be doing some kinds of magic. What am I going to do next? So this is a short video of this stuff. So I started off, we played around with projectors as sort of a light source, I should probably hurry up. And then using a single source projector to sort of like a whole bunch of different elements independently using just one. And then being able to sort of play with projectors in really interesting ways. And it's very much like you might find at a club if you're a VJ, which is something else I wanted to be for a while. Yeah, you sort of just end up playing around with sound and images and trying to make something interesting. So I mean, you can play around with a whole bunch of images like I'm doing here, and they can sort of interact depending on where they are. But it didn't really feel human. I don't know, there's always things that I feel are missing. So here we have a little rainstorm that I made, and then just being able to create environments and technologies. And so what Cubicle is trying to do, there's a conceit that there's a special machine that the solo actor puts on, and suddenly we can see inside his brain and what that might look like. And in some ways, technology does give us that chance, a very dangerous chance, to sort of explore things that, as humans, our senses limit us as to what we can perceive about ourselves and about the world around us. But being able to sort of look closer at what it means to be human and explore our interior landscapes are things that we're sort of looking to do. So here I just turned on a fan and blowing all the things around. I should mention this is all being done sort of live, as I'm doing here. It's live animation, and it's the really exciting thing is that it's modular. So here we have a face that can sort of speak with me, or as I'm talking, it can speak as well. It's got a little vibration. This is something that we made in December, and we're sort of exploring things that it can do. But what's important for the storytelling element is that, you know, it can change and that it can interact. So you can see that as I talk, it's sort of talking with me in a very rudimentary sort of way. And being able to sort of take out different elements, you know, we have the eyes are totally separate elements. And it's over.